Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. We got a live call-in show today. I didn't announce it. I didn't schedule it. My bad about that. I'm going to be on while I get through all the questions, and I'm sure we have a lot of questions. I didn't do a prop bet video, so if you want to come on here and leave a prop bet you want my opinion on, feel free. I'm going to get to the first question. Zamora6090 says, Lawson, you play Superbowl squares. What you think this final score will be? I have 34-31. I have more along the lines of a 27-20 Kansas City, a 27-24 Kansas City, maybe a 30-27. Squares aren't good. Squares are like it's a bet you should do for fun, that you should do to participate with people from work. It's not anything that you can square down to science. And you guys were racking my brain. I saw some of the comments about squares. Like, for instance, like one year my dad, he won about like 10 G's on a square. And he had the worst numbers possible. I think he had like 0 and 5 or like 0 and 4, and he still won. So squares, it's just do them for fun. If you're throwing more than 10, 15, maybe even $50 on it, I would not suggest it. Shaq Car, Kelsey TD, yes, but I didn't like the odds for it. I did not like the odds. Anytime touchdown scorers. Well, you could go a wide variety of ways here with the anytime touchdown scores. I would actually go with Tyreek the Thrill Hill because the odds are better for him. Also, you might want to look at Fournette for anytime touchdown scores, because when I was looking at the odds for him, they actually weren't that bad at all. Because anytime touchdown scores maybe, and also a thing you guys need to look at when you're going to be betting these anytime touchdown scores is, who do you think the Chiefs are going to utilize in the red zone? Yeah, Kelsey's going to be the number one target, but who's going to be the second target? Who are they going to try to work the ball to? You would think Sammy Watkins could be in play here, but I wouldn't go with that. I would still go Tyreek the Thrill Hill. But in this red zone, that's the big question. Who's going to eat in that red zone besides Kelsey? And if you guys have an answer for that, I would love to hear your opinion. Okay. Mike Jones says, what's up? What's up, man? I'm doing good. Boston Buckets 15. How are you thinking about the Bucks money line? I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of suspense here because the Chiefs offensive line injuries. But I don't like the Bucks on the money line. I'm going with the Chiefs to win in the cover. But we'll see how this Chiefs offensive line holds up. That's really the big issue, because that's the only way the Bucks are going to be able to win the game, if their defensive line dominates the Chiefs offensive line. And even if they're winning battles up there, we still have to take a step back and look at Andy Reid and look at this Chiefs offense. And this Chiefs offense can hit you in a wide variety of ways. And one thing I think people are forgetting a little bit about the Chiefs offense and about Andy Reid offenses in general is that ball comes out quick. That ball comes out extremely quick. So, they can adjust. I mean, but I think the Chiefs offense starts slow. That's why I like the first half over under. I really like the under for that first half. I think this game explodes in the second half. But the Bucs offense starts slow, and for the last 2-3 years, this Chiefs offense in big games, in playoff games, they start slow. So yeah, so I don't know if this Bucs defense is going to be able to take over this game. I don't know if they have the secondary to do it. First half team totals. Could you write them down for me, Daniel? Jason Zhu, is Mahomes winning MVP at plus 120 a good bet? Yeah, I would say that's a very, very prestigious bet. It just comes down to who you think's going to win the game. If the Bucs win the game, and I'm the biggest Brady fan there is. So let's just put that out there. But if the Bucs win the game, we know they're giving it to Brady. If the Chiefs win the game, it's going to be hard for them to find a way not to give it to Mahomes. touchdowns. So I think if you're trying to get the MVP bets for the Super Bowl, I think those would be the first two. Unless you think a running back's going to go crazy this game, which I don't think it is. Like, I think Fournette's going to have a good game. Like, if you look at his prop bets, I don't know what the number was because I put up my prop bets on Patreon early in the week. So the lines could have changed. I saw that Fournette line changing an awful lot. Like, I think Fournette could put up like 75 yards this game, but that's not going to be enough to push Tom Brady off the MVP. Luka Doncic points, rebounds, plus assists versus I don't watch NBA. I do not watch NBA, Cool J. Versus first downs converted. Like, I don't. Yeah, you got to be more specific with that bet. Sean O'Neal, Gronk over under 2.5 catches. Under. But don't bet the yardage for him because I could see Brady throwing like a 35-yard post to Gronk or something along those lines. But I don't think Gronk gets more than 2 catches, and I don't really think that's his role at this point. So, yeah, I actually like that one for the under. Hector Perez, what's up, bro? If you had the same team but switch quarterbacks on Kansas and put Mahomes on the Bucs, who would you take and why? Wow. I would take the Bucs. It's not that like I said, I'm the biggest Brady fan there is, but sometimes the mobility hurts him a little bit. It's because actually, no, I would still go the Chiefs because I think Andy Reid's a lot better coach than Bruce Arians. And I think we're going to start seeing some of the Bruce Arian fractures in this game. And I think it will cost the Bucs. I'm not saying it's going to cost the Bucs 10, 15 points. Let's not be dramatic here and let's try to stay grounded in reality. But I think Andy Reid gives the Chiefs a 3-point advantage pretty much. Like, it's just Andy Reid walking through the door. Now, he's got that thing to deal with his son. But, I mean, dude, he's had his son die of heroin. Like, his son was literally bringing heroin. One of his other sons was literally bringing heroin in Eagles training camp. And, like, literally shooting up in the bathrooms and stuff. So, I don't know if it's going to affect Big Red. So, yeah, I would have to go the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs defense better as well, but we'll see how this Tampa Bay defensive line goes. Tough puppy. This is not going to be a high scoring game. I don't think it's going to be like this 37-34 or this 37-31 shootout that people think it's going to be. I think one team's going to get to 30 and one team's going to be in the 20. So I kind of agree with you, but I think both teams will break over 24. I mean, okay, let me get to it. Any other touchdown scorer? Let me think, Darren. Let me think, Mr. Young. What's a surprise one? I mean, we could go with Antonio Brown, but I like Mike Evans. I think Mike Evans would be a very good anytime touchdown scorer because, as you see, when the Bucs get down in that red area, either Fournette gets it or Brady likes working it to Mike Evans. And I feel like Brady's trust level with Mike Evans has went up quite a bit as the year went on, especially during the playoffs. So Mike Evans would be a good one. You might want to take a little bit of a crazy bet. Maybe if I could think of a crazy bet, maybe a Gronk, but we haven't seen Gronk utilized enough in the red zone, in my opinion. And then you got Antonio Brown. Chris Godwin's the guy I don't like this game. Now, if you want to focus it, listen, Chris Godwin is the guy I do not like this game. I think Brown's going to take touches away from him. I think Mike Evans is going to take touches away from him. And I think Brate's going to take touches from him. And I think Scotty Miller will as well. So I don't like any of Chris Godwin's over-unders. Anything involving Chris Godwin, I'm going under. So we'll see. Daniel, thank you for the good year, Lawson. Thank you. You're a very entertaining guy, and you can expand your channel in any direction, and you will be successful. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's been a fun ride this year and a very lucrative ride this year. If you guys haven't noticed, I don't like once we get to like the AFC Championship, Super Bowl, because we don't have enough options to bet. Like the good thing about the NFL year, like when it's week 13, we can exploit mistakes. And I know no one wants to hear this, but at a certain point, there's not too many mistakes we can exploit when we only have 1, 2, or 3 games on a weekend to choose from, unfortunately. Tito Valet, I have a gambling problem. I'm picking tails on the coin flip. Yes, you do, sir. And you should not be betting anything that involves no skill. Why don't you just go throw like $4,000 on a roulette table? Let's not try to give them our money. Okay, first half leans. Yesterday was KC. First half -2.5. I know, Daniel. I don't think the way to attack the first half is to attack it with the point spread. I think the way to attack the first half is to attack it with the over/under. And I've been liking the under all week, unless it changed. I haven't been looking at the lines the last 2 or 3 days, but at -2. Yeah, I could see the Chiefs going in with a halftime lead of 3. I don't know if I'd put my hard-earned money on it. Tom Brady touchdown score, I think, of a quarterback sneak at the goal line. Yeah, it's possible, but they would just give it the Fournette. They do a lot of things, but a lot of times it's just slam it up there with Fournette. But I see your rationale. Arthur V. Fournette over 46.5. I like Fournette over 46.5, and I've liked it all week. And a touchdown. The touchdowns where you're getting risky at +260. It's not bad odds, but I would go with it because, listen, we don't know how the Ronald Jones versus Fournette system's going to go. Lately, it's been going Fournette gets like 70% of the touches. Ronald Jones gets like 30%. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been around in that ratio. So the thing I'm looking at with this one, Arthur, is I'm more worried about the touchdown. But maybe you could just put the single bet on the over and then hit this as well. If you understand what I'm saying, but because I like the +260. So I actually think this is a pretty crafty bet. It doesn't mean it's going to work, but it's very crafty and I actually really like it. Okay, let me keep going. No, coin toss. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Megan Sloth. Appreciate the super chat. Michael Sweat, Tom Brady touchdown plus interception over 2.5. What are you talking about? Are you saying you're combining touchdowns and interceptions? Yeah, make sure you just write another comment so I know where you're going with that. I don't think Brady's going to be throwing a lot of interceptions. I see a lot of people making that bet, and I don't really understand why. I mean, we knew what happened. Chino, if I was voting for MVP, Tyreek Hill would be the MVP, but we know how this goes. They want to sell posters. They want to sell State Farm insurance. They don't want to sell Tyreek Hill's dreads flopping around on national TV for their big spectacle. So yeah, they're not going to do that. Walt Tavis, Tucker Moore. I might be last. I need to over and under 50. Okay, are you teasing that? Because last I checked, the over under was like what, 56, 57, maybe 55. If you're giving me 50, I'm going over because I think the score is going to be like 27-24 or 30-27 or in that range. So that's where I'm going. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. I will enjoy the Super Bowl. Abdul G. Hey, Lawson, man, who you got winning? I got the Chiefs winning. Not too confident about it. Okay, one second. Who's the DK must have Johnny besides Kelsey? Okay, who's the DK must have Johnny besides Kelsey? Hill. Stay away from Godwin. I'm going Evans. I don't know what you mean by DK. Are you talking about player props or it's just? I'll answer your question, but Clint Richardson, did we discuss your favorite prop? Yeah, we did a little bit. Bet the under on whatever Chris Godwin's pass yards are, because I think he's going to be phased out. And I would also bet Chris Godwin not to score a touchdown. I've been doing this all. If you've been on my Patreon page, pretty much the whole off season, the whole playoff season, I've been betting Chris Godwin to go whatever Vegas shoots out at us. And it's been pretty lucrative. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael. I'll enjoy the Super Bowl. I hope you do too, man. I hope everyone does. Timothy Thomas, Ronald Jones over 37.5 rushing. This is one of the harder prop bets that they put out there. This is one of the harder prop bets. I'm going under, but it's because I'm bullish on Fournette. It's not because I think Ronald Jones sucks or that I don't think Ronald Jones will step on the field. I'm a little bit worried about how many touches Ronald Jones gets. Now, you guys have to get in your brains how much you think they're going to utilize Ronald Jones. That's really the bet. Because if you give him enough touches, if he gets 11 carries, he's going to get over that. He will. But I think Fournette's going to get like 14, 15 carries. I think Ronald Jones is going to I don't know. I don't think he gets over 8.5 carries. I see someone asking that question here. I think Pat's asking the question. I don't think Ronald Jones is going to be utilized that much. And Pat, I understand you think it should be closer to 10, but I think the Bucs have showed you who they think is the better running back. And to go against the Chiefs, I think I would utilize Fournette more as well because Ronald Jones is good at bouncing stuff to the outside. That's really not how you want to attack the Chiefs. You need to go straight at them, and you need to use the size advantage of their offensive line against the Chiefs. Yes, you have Chris Jones up there, but if you're able to block Chris Jones, I think you can create holes. But I think Fournette's the guy. I think you want the more physical, you want the bigger back. But anything can happen. I mean, if Fournette's not hot, if Fournette fumbles on the first drive, Ronald Jones is going to be in there. Daniel, hot take. Andy Reid has 1 year of good coaching that led to a Super Bowl. Every year his team loses. He is a big part of the reason why listen, Andy Reid's one of the best coaches in this generation, so we don't need to be disrespectful. I agree with what you're saying, but okay. I think a lot of that comes from the Eagles. Are we going to talk the time with the Eagles, or are we going to talk the times with the Chiefs? Because, yes, he did choke a few times with the Chiefs. They were literally choke jobs earlier in his time with the Chiefs. We understand that. But we have to also remember he had Alex Smith as his quarterback, and that's not really what Andy Reid likes to do. So you have McNabb. I think he made McNabb a Hall of Famer when in reality McNabb's above average quarterback. And in terms of aggressiveness, I think Andy Reid is very good. My whole complaint with Andy Reid throughout his whole career is he gets away from the running game far too much. But is that going to matter in a game like today? I don't know. I don't think so. But I get what you're saying about Andy Reid. He's not untouchable. He has his weaknesses. But for every weakness Andy Reid has, Bruce Arians has those same weaknesses plus 10. Like Bruce Arians gets away from running the ball. The reason why the Bucs got to the Super Bowl is because finally they decided to pound it, and get Brady in rhythm with the short game. You still see Bruce Arians loves pumping it deep. He loves pumping it deep, and that was one of the things that led to the interceptions against the Packers. Okay. Jam Bam, hey bro, still going through your vids, running behind, but what do you think of the Fournette parlay angle? Rush yards, carries, couple TDs. Yeah, I already answered that. I really like Fournette with the over under 46.5 or 48.5, wherever you're getting it. I really like Fournette to go over. I think Fournette, there's a possibility he gets a touchdown, but that's getting a little bit risky at that point. And the carries, I don't like betting on stuff like carries because anything can happen. Because Chiefs could be up 28-0 in this game, and then your carries parlays out because they're going to be throwing it every time. Same thing if Ronald Jones gets hot, your carries are going to go. So what's the over under for Fournette carries? Monica, Tampa Bay can win this game, but Chris Godwin isn't getting a TD. I don't know where you guys think Chris Godwin's getting this TD from. I don't know. Like, if I could tell you one thing about this game, Chris Godwin's not going to have a good game. Scotty Miller TD could come in here. I think Brady had lost trust in Chris Godwin. I think we've seen that. My coin toss prediction, come on now. Like, I would go tails, but everyone's going to be betting tails, but come on now. Okay. Scotty Miller touchdown is plus 500. That's rather interesting. I think that's a better bet than like Chris Godwin to score a touchdown. Eric Brown, Lawson, you think this game goes under? Eric, the unfortunate thing is every time I do a score in my head, like every time I won't even look at the over-under. I'll just say what I think the score is going to be. It literally is 1 point off the over-under, or it's right on the line they sent. If I had to go with one, I'd go under. But I like the under for the first half. That's the one I like if we're talking over-unders. I really like that under in the first half. Okay. Pierre Toussaint, what quarter will have the most points? I like this question. Third quarter will have the most points. Third or fourth quarter. Do you ever live bet second halves on Patreon? I haven't, but if I see something, I'm going to post it on there. I started a Discord for next year so I could be live betting during the games. Live betting's really good, by the way. It's just really good. But okay, here we go. Okay, let me get to these questions. Hunter Silvers, you like the second quarter over? They both ball on quarter two. I agree with you. I think first quarter is going to be low, but Hunter, you got to send that in to me because that's an obscure over under that I can't remember. I'm really good remembering numbers, but I cannot remember the second quarter over under. So just post it. I'll get back to you. Right Flower, you hear about the computer prediction of 37 KC 37, Tampa Bay 27. Yes, I did. And there's some relevancy to it, but this game isn't played on computers, and unfortunately, computers are used a lot when they're setting lines, and it's one thing that hurts us. But we can also exploit the computers, and that's one thing I would exploit. I don't think it's going to be I don't think Kansas City gets to 37. I think they can get to 30. I think they might get to 33. 37, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think that's a realistic final score, but it's not far off from what I've been thinking. Okay, Michael Mann, I'm betting that Mahomes is going to go throw 2 touchdowns in the quarter. But in the same quarter, well, it's possible. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad bet because when the Chiefs explode, they explode. Like, I think the Chiefs come out and start exploding in the third quarter. The Bucs, they can explode. They have the weapons. They have the pieces. So I don't think that's a bad bet at all. But plus 125, I don't know. I feel like that should be like plus 175. But yeah, there's so many people betting now that the lines aren't as good as they used to be. Dave Smith, Mahomes rushing touchdown. I don't think so, Dave. I don't think so. What are the odds on it? Okay, CMC 79. What's up, Lawson? Decent size bet on the Chiefs money line. Bet 1550 to pay out 2400. Feel good about this? Yes, I do. I don't think it's a bad bet by any means. I don't think it's a bad bet. It's just, yeah, it's just you guys get to my dilemma with us not having a lot of options to choose from. Like, I miss having those. I miss the regular season where we could have like 8 games a weekend to exploit. Yeah, I like the bet. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. It's just be prepared to be stressed because, dude, there's going to be some fuckery in the Super Bowl, okay? Did you see the Chiefs? Did you see the 49ers last year against the Chiefs? Remember that play at the end of the second half? Like, Kittle, like, did this, and he caught, like, a deep ball, and pretty much the refs took 3 points away from the 49ers. I don't know if the refs are going to be playing God for either of the teams. So I think your bet's good, but just be cautious because you're going to be fucking sweating in that second half. You're going to be sweating. I did put a little bet on the Chiefs. I didn't go crazy. I did put a little bet on the Chiefs. I hope the line moves. Hot Taco missed field goal -150. Yeah. No. Depends. Okay, let me think. Both kickers are above average. I think we can agree on that, but both have problems. I don't think the Chiefs are going to kick a long field goal because we know Andy Reid will go for it on fourth down. We know Bruce Arians has that instinct in him where he'll go for it on fourth down too. I think this is a riskier bet than you think. I would bet against that. Because of both coaches' personalities. Richard Hill over 6.5 catches. I like it. I think he gets 7. I think he gets like 8 catches. I think in the first half, Hill's going to be worked in the game quite a bit because I think the Chiefs, you want to keep this defensive line at bay. And if everyone's saying this Chiefs offensive line is as vulnerable as it is, you have to get the ball out of Mahomes' hands quick. You have to throw it underneath. You have to play disciplined, and you have to play smart. So I think Hill will be the valve, the safety valve for Mahomes, especially in that first quarter. Now you got Kelsey. They're both competing for touches. We know how that goes, but I think Hill will be the man this game. Oh, DK is DraftKings. Yeah, okay, I got you. Send your question again, Lou. I'm just working through these. My bad. I got a lot of them. Any interception? It's just Matt. It's just lay the props down. I'll give you my opinion. I'm betting it tight. I'm betting it lightly because there's nothing we can exploit here. There's nothing we know that the people who are setting the odds don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember when I made the video about Miami against the Patriots, I literally came on and said, Vegas made a mistake here. And that was your time to go empty whatever bank account you had and to go get the free money in Miami over the Patriots. But there's nothing they know that we don't, and there's nothing we know that they don't know once we get to this time of the year. So in a way, you're setting yourself up for, if you're going heavy on it, you're setting yourself up for a little bit of failure. But you could get lucky. So, okay. Oh, okay. Dave Smith. Nicole Hardman to score a touchdown. I don't think so. I think actually Robinson is more likely to get a red zone touch than him. But like I said, could be wrong when we're talking about periphery guys. Okay, I'm going to get to it. Guys, let me just go get my soda real quick. Just like 10 seconds. I'm going to get through all the questions. Isn't that bad, but he's really bad with the it's just really bad. So yeah, at least at CBS. Thank you for sticking with me. Okay. Will Patrick Mahomes have at least 3 passing touchdowns? I think so. You guys know my instincts. My instincts were telling me under this whole week, but I think he goes over the 3. I think he goes over the 3. Yeah, Zamora, I talked about I talked about it. Like, we need to be realistic. Back when Andy Reid was with the Eagles, he had another son that literally died of a heroin overdose. And he was like literally shooting up in the Eagles locker room during training camp. So I don't think Big Red's going to be affected. And I remember the first game Big Red coached, they beat someone's ass after his son overdosed. Yeah, anytime, Rick. I'm going to get to all your questions. Just be patient. Rhonda Hammonds, what's the ending score? I got 30-24. Chiefs 30, Buccaneers 24. Could be in that mix. Originally, I was thinking 30-27 Chiefs. I don't want to punt on that because that's the point spread. You know what I'm saying? I can't punt on it, but that's literally the score that came in my head before I even saw any of the lines. But yeah, 30-27, 30-24. I could see it ending that way. Matt Vaughn, would you do a couple interception props this game? Yes, just tell me the exact props, then I'll get to them. John, what's up? What's up? Money Lawson is here. What's up? I'm here. I'm here. And another thing about Andy Reid's choking problem, I will be hard on him. But the reason why I used to be hard on him is because he had a really good running back with the Eagles, a really good offensive line, yet he would throw it 50 times with Donovan McNabb. And another thing that can help the choking problem and make you feel a little bit braver when you got that headset on is when you got Mahomes and you don't have Donovan McNabb or Alex Smith or Nick Foles or Mike Vick. It helps when you don't have guys like that. Let's be real. X-Born Cool X, low-key MVP. I kind of like Honey Badger for a 50 to long. Well, we saw this happen before. I think it was a Malcolm Jackson. I'm not thinking Malcolm Butler on the Patriots, but you guys will probably remember last time the Bucs were in the Super Bowl. It wasn't the last time when they were against the Raiders. Gannon threw a pick 6. Dexter Jackson, he ended up being it, and he was like 150-1. I don't think we're going to see a defensive game, though. But you're right. If Honey Badger can get 2 picks, and if he brings 1 back, it would be hard to take it away from him. And the NFL can market him as well. It's harder to market Tyreek to Thrill Hill. I agree. So pretty much there's no way he can choke. This isn't going to be like, I remember when the Chiefs choked against the Steelers at home in the playoffs a few years back. Pittsburgh just ran it up the middle every play and their defense couldn't get off the field. Bucs aren't going to do that to anyone, even though they have been playing more physical. Okay. Jim Beam, bet 100 on props online, took Mahomes over 28.5. See, I like that Mahomes over 28.5 completions because I think the Chiefs are going to be throwing it a lot underneath, at least to start the game. I don't think, and also I like the under. I think I'll give you one I put on Patreon. A bet I really liked on Patreon. Sorry, Patreon subscribers. I'm going to throw this one out here. Here's one I really like. They have longest reception for Mahomes, over under 45. I'm going under. But also, that's why I'm going over on the 28.5 completions because I think Mahomes is going to get in that rhythm. That's where I'm thinking. Okay. Yeah, man, I'm really excited. Like, and I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer about the Super Bowl. It does turn into a little bit of a spectacle, but the fact that it's Brady in here versus Mahomes, I mean, it's pretty damn good. It's hard to complain, but I will complain about the commercials. And listen, a big part of this game, the players are going to come out of rhythm. That's another reason why I like this under in the first half. Could someone correct me in the comment section if I'm full of shit on this, but I know you guys have noticed this with Super Bowls. Teams come out flat, and because there's so much waiting, like you'll be on the field, you warm up, then there's like a 45-minute wait, then they make the commercials longer, and then you're nervous already. I mean, the Super Bowl isn't even comparable to any event on earth. Maybe it's comparable to a Champions League final, or it's more comparable to a World Cup final at the end of the day. So there's nothing that can prepare you for this in American sports. So I think they're going to start off slow and out of rhythm. And both of these teams are Perry Mac. Will JPP dominate these tackles? Yes and no. But Perry, we got to think like this. If you were calling plays against JPP and JPP was matched up against a backup, you got two options. Well, you got three options. You should say, we're going to drop back and we're going to throw it and we're going to let Pat Mahomes escape this stuff. That's probably not the best option. Another option, you can run it to get him off the rhythm. You can use the screen game. The third option is to get the ball out of your hands quick. That's the option I think the Chiefs are going to go with, especially this first half. I think they're going to tire them down. I think that's what you need to do, because Tampa Bay's defensive line, they don't have that much pass rushing depth. And pass rushers are the first people to tire, which it's if anyone's ever rushed the passer, they would know it is tiring. It is painstaking labor. So I think JPP will be dominant, but I think he'll fade as the game goes on. Daniel Ponce. Mahomes over under 42.5 pass attempts. I'm going under. But that's a tough one. Okay, I'm getting to your questions, guys. All right, I got kind of mixed up. If I missed your question, just type it again. Okay, 1 second. Because my shit got mixed up. And I will be on Patreon this afternoon. So if you have any questions I missed, send me one on there. I'll get to you guys. Why is this Jaden Castgrove, guys, just fucking... it's just blowing up my whole chat. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is business. These people are betting money. Who is your Brazilian soccer team? Santos. Also, I like a team, Fortaleza. They're a small team, but they're in the first division now. They're probably my favorite team in all pro sports now. But yeah, and favorite team for the NFL is the Vikings. Okay. Attack. Best bet, under 47.5, longest field goal. No, I wouldn't go there. No. That is setting people up for failure, my friend. Because there's a thing called halftime. There's a thing called running out of time. You'll see someone attempt a crazy 58-yard field goal attempt if the clock's running out. Like, I understand your rationale, because both of these coaches don't have kickers with flags. Both of these coaches don't like field goals. So your rationale is correct in some shape or form. Like, I like it. But then again, there could be a garbage time field goal attempted at the end of halftime. So, these coaches, they don't like kicking long field goals. They don't like kicking field goals, period. But if there's 2 seconds on the clock and you have to take a 58-yard field goal before you go in a half, damn right they're going to march out there and take it. So that one, I just want to pick holes in it, even though I do like it. I do like it the more I think about it. But I needed to be the one to pick holes in it for you. Michael Mann, I think the ref ball is going to be favoring Tampa Bay. Oh, shit, man. It's sad we're at the point where we have to take this into account. And maybe it's something I don't take into account as much as I should, the ref ball. It's one of the things that really gets me when I'm betting South American soccer. It's the ref ball. It's so bad. That's maybe why I've started to underestimate the ref ball in the NFL. Ref ball is real. I don't think we'll see it. I think they're going to let them play. That's kind of been the whole theme of the playoffs. They've been letting them play, but like I said, you never know. And You never know. But either if Brady's team wins, NFL wins. If Chiefs win, NFL wins. So I'm not seeing a pure motive, but I understand if I had to choose which team would benefit from ref ball, I would probably say the Buccaneers, but the Chiefs benefited last year. Okay, Chris Koshinski, Scotty Miller over under 18. Yeah, this is the one. Everyone wants to talk about Chris Godwin. Everyone wants to talk about Gronk, but I'm telling you, Scotty Miller is going to have a good game. And 18 is a really low number. He could go over that with 2 catches, and Brady really trusts the kid. So, and what's surprising is the amount of deep pass attempts that Scotty Miller gets, because they kind of like they'll stack him up in like a trips formation, then they'll sneak him out deep on like a wheel route, and that's when Brady has hit him a lot this year. It's crazy. Scotty Miller's going to go over. JT says Chiefs 31-20. And listen, if I can't get your question, send like a 50-cent super chat. It wouldn't kill you. Okay. Lamar Clausel, new face of the league, takes over for the old face. Yeah, in a way, yeah, I could see that line, but hasn't Mahomes already arrived like with last year? But I get what you're saying. Yeah, we got kids on here on a gambling podcast. Yeah, Daniel, they got like 25,000 fans there, right? From what I understood. I'm not going to read this because of like YouTube laws, but yeah, man, like these little kids, they just ruin everything, man. They just ruin everything. Okay. Yeah, Dave, listen, I think Andy's son getting in that accident's going to mess with his head a little bit, but we have to remember he had a son die of like heroin before, and he still coached the game and he still won the game. I mean, yeah, it's going to have a factor, but not that much. Okay. Chiefs minus 21.5. Are we talking what? Are we talking first half? Are we talking game total? What are we talking? What are we talking? Are you? Yeah, I don't know how to read that. Renisha Brown, why not bet on basketball? I suck at it. I never tried. I will admit it. I never tried, but I have been watching it. I have been watching the scores. I have been watching the spreads. It is tough stuff. I don't know how you guys do it. It's tough stuff, and you don't know how motivated people are going to be in the NBA. That's one of the main problems. Sean O'Neal, Scotty Miller over under 1.5 catches. I think he gets 3 or 4 catches. I like this one. Jordan Gallagher, who else bet over 0.5 yards for Brady's rushing yards? I didn't put it on Patreon, but I was close to putting it on Patreon. Let's just say that. Jorge Maldonado. Are you still on the first half under? I got it at 27.5. Yes, I am, sir. Once I get off of here, I'm going to go put that bet in. I did put in my bet already for the Chiefs on the spread. It wasn't a big bet. It wasn't anything to write home about. It was just a small little something for us to watch the game. It's the last NFL game of the year. It sucks. We know how it is. It's life. You wish the games could keep going on, but and that's where we're at. So Tom Hood, who thinks this game might be rigged, you can never put it past him. But this isn't like South America or like the Vietnam professional soccer league. It's hard to fix this stuff, but I think a lot of the spectacle of the Super Bowl affects and changes the game. Okay, I'm still getting your questions. Someone doesn't want to see Brady get the Super Bowls. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. I thank you. Jorge, Fournette over 3.5 receptions. Why do you got to write a comment why you like that? I could see him getting 2, but if you were drawing a game plan, would you want to throw the ball to Fournette? He's got better hands than people think. I agree with you there. And we're looking for sleeper stuff that maybe Vegas missed. But I don't think that 3.5 right there makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it because that means he's going to have to get 4 catches. Go look at his stats. I don't even know if he's had 4 catches in a game in his career. Maybe with the Jags because he used to throw him 2 or 3 screen passes a game. But I don't know. Yeah, like Daniel, it's like you can use rigged in a lot of different ways. Like you can use rigged in so many different ways. So it's kind of a phrase that means nothing at this point. Bucks +7 and under 60. I don't have any problem with that, Ted. Brady is getting the 7th ring. Maybe. Listen, and you got to remember, Brady's a damn good player, so he could pull this off either. Okay, I got a super chat, so let me read the super chat. Hassan, thank you. Hassan didn't even leave a question. Like the whole point of leaving a super chat is to leave a question, but also to support me. I really appreciate it, sir. I really appreciate you guys, and you guys have supported me this whole year, and it's been great. And next year, and like, listen, I got to make sure I write down everyone's names who supported me this year, because I think next year we're going to get up to like, by the end of the next season, I think we're going to be up to like 25K subscribers. So I want to show preference to the people who were here since the beginning, because I like people who build stuff, not people who just jump on the bandwagon when it's fun. It's like when you guys walk out of when you guys go like get some soda, or when you guys go out to the grocery store tomorrow, I bet you're going to see like a lot of Chiefs stuff. You're going to see a lot of Buccaneers stuff. Yo, I haven't seen a Buccaneers jersey in 10 years. And this is someone who spent a lot of time in Florida. So you're going to see all that stuff. So I like people who get in from the bottom, not when it's at the top already. Brian Stevens, Cameron Bray over under 2.5 receptions. I like the over in this, Brian. Although it wasn't something I put on Patreon because I wanted to say there's full confidence. David, Bright didn't practice Friday. Well, maybe that means more service for Gronk. Don, I think Antonio Brown's going to have a big game, and I think one reason why I needed to come on here today is because I know a lot of people are excited about Chris Godwin, but I think Antonio Brown is going to be featured in this game plan more than Chris Godwin. We're just guessing at a certain point. We're not sitting in the meeting rooms, but if I had to guess, I would say Antonio Brown gets more targets and catches than Chris Godwin. And Gronk is a wild card. He is that joker card that Brady has pulled out in the biggest moment. So I think Antonio Brown has a big game, a lot bigger than Gronk. Okay. Michael Mann, you think Mahomes is going to run one in? He does seem to always get it in big games. If the Buccaneers let him do that, even as someone who's betting the Chiefs, I'm going to be mad. Like, you remember that Titans touchdown last year in the playoff game? Like, that was the softest 30-yard touchdown run I've seen in NFL history. And this is a man who used to go to Bills preseason games, okay? He used to go to every single Bills preseason game every single year. I've never seen a softer play on an NFL field. He better be prepared to take a hit if he does that. I think it's possible. Okay, Omar, I'm betting KC minus 2.5 and over 53.5. Let me do the math. KC minus 2.5, I'm fine with. It's better than where I got it at. I got it at -3. Let me think. Let me do the math. Yeah, I'd like to over to a certain extent. Steven Sichel. Tyreek Hill to throw a touchdown? No. He has thrown one before, correct? Though. But I wouldn't go there. Steve, I think we got other meat to pick off of this steak. I don't think we're at like the T-bone where we're trying to gnaw off Grizzle right now. I think we got plenty of stuff to exploit here. Antonio Palang, over under points for the whole game. Yeah, like 57, 56. That's where I'm at. Unfortunately, Vegas was thinking the same way. LJ, what's up, Lawson? What's up? This is LJ. He's someone who's been here since the beginning, so I appreciate it. Same with Michael Mann. Tom Hood's been here a while. Like Hassan's been here a while. I don't know. This is not usual year with the madness surrounding the Super Bowl. Yeah, I think it might be one of the biggest Super Bowls we've ever had, right? I mean, you've got everyone trapped in their houses. You have Tom Brady. You have Pat Mahomes. You got Andy Reid. Andy Reid's son doing some stupid shit, sacrificing another person's life when he should just be inside. Listen, I'm going to be honest. I used to hang out with someone who would literally drive drunk every single day. Okay. Nothing ever happened. Nothing along those lines. But dude, once you're an adult, you just have to make better decisions. And everyone makes mistakes. And I'm a forgiver. I'm not someone who holds stuff against people too long. That's just not how I was taught. And I'm not that uptight. But Jesus, man, like, yeah, I think that added to the circus, man. And Hassan's right. Like the Super Bowl, like when I think of it, it really is like a spectacle. It is bigger than big. Dave, I don't like the Sammy Watkins 90-1 MVP. I don't like it. Not when you have two just perfect brands. You got the Brady brand, you got the TB12 brand, and then you got the Mahomes brand. It's just going to be hard to take it away from either of them. I like the person who came in here telling me about the Tyreek Hill long shot, and I was thinking about that, but we know how big the NFL is, and they don't want Tyreek Hill holding up that MVP trophy. You know how it is. It's just, yeah. Jorge, I am saying this. I like this. Everyone stop and pay attention. I don't know where you found this bet at, but I really appreciate you offering it to us. I got to go write this down for myself. One sec. Okay. Yeah, I got to get a pen. I gotta get this one because this one's good. I got to get this one. This is the best I've seen in terms of game props. Let me just write it down. So that's what they're giving us, right? 10.5 penalty. Okay. Go the under. They're going to let him play. That's been the theme throughout the whole playoffs. Yes, this game could get crazy. Yes, it could get out of hand. Yes, the NFL has done some crazy stuff in Brady games. They've done some crazy stuff in Mahomes games as well to protect their mantles, their cash cows. But yeah, I like that. I absolutely love that. I hope all of you guys take advantage of that. That's good work, Jorge. Yeah, Hassan, I do think the players are going to be loose, but I think the spectacle of the game will lead to a bad rhythm to start the game. I think the game will start sloppy. I think it'll start and stop. That's a phrase they use in soccer. You know, when in soccer, you'll just see fouls and them kicking long balls, no one even trying to complete passes. Like I think both teams start without rhythm, and that's kind of what both of these teams do, anyways. They don't start all that fast. We know the Chiefs started fast against the Browns, but let's look at the normal arc of history with these two teams. They start slow, so but I do think they will be more relaxed. But I still think the spectacle and how long the players have to wait will have an effect. Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let me get LJ likes Tampa Bay money line. Bold. Okay. Let me get to it. Okay, I'm gonna put this up. Jonathan Chavez. Okay, he said he threw $5 on a plus 800 prop parlay. Let's read it. Both teams to throw 250 yards. That's going to be good. Each team to score a field goal. Yes, conventional wisdom, you're going to be right, but both of these coaches, one reason why I do like them more than other coaches is they hate field goals. But you're probably going to hit with that one. But these are the two coaches who could just turn that right. But you're probably going to be right. And Evans, Kelsey Hill to score a touchdown. Yes, I like it. But yeah, you got to like it because everyone's looking for Watkins or Robinson to go off for the Chiefs. I think it's more likely we should see the old guard Tyreek Hill and Kelsey scoring the touchdowns. And Mike Evans going to get one. Yeah, so that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Yeah, dude, everything's a madhouse in Florida because they're and listen, like I'm so sick of this COVID stuff. People are gonna have a fun time. It's the Super Bowl, dude. Like, are you a fan of the weekend? No, but it's because I'm like a different type of person. Like, yeah, I'm not a fan of anything that involves a spectacle. I'm a fan of like going to the stadium and us watching these games, us betting and but am I a fan of like big business? Am I a fan of Amazon? Am I a fan of watching a celebrity sing the national anthem? No, just not. And then we got to do the whole national anthem thing. And then you'll get some people who get mad about it, some people who don't get mad about it. And then it's just like, okay, man, like, I'm just here to watch football. Like, it's just, I don't want to argue about stuff that it's just people been arguing about for like 2 years in this country. But yeah, I don't like anything that's a spectacle. I like the game. I like the players. I like you guys. Okay. John G, do you think the Rams are Super Bowl contenders next year? Yes, they are. Listen, I really like the Stafford trade. I like, we can talk about how much they gave up, and they gave up a lot. We know that. But if you're Detroit, you're stuck with Goff's salary, and that can't be too fun. That's not going to be too fun, and that Goff contract's hard to get out with. But anyways, I really do feel like the Rams are. They have a great coach. They got a good running game. They got a pretty good offensive line. They got a pretty good defense, although the defense is overrated. Even though we've been riding the Rams defense all year and they put a lot of money in our pockets. I don't want to be disrespectful to anyone who has put money in our pockets this year. Let's not try to be, but can we all admit this Rams defense is a little bit overrated? And do they have the cap? Do they have the willpower? Do they have even the draft picks, the draft capital to add some pieces to this team? I don't know, but I think they're a Super Bowl contender because this NFC is wide open. And listen, before the season started, I had Chiefs against the Bucs in the Super Bowl. I was proven right, but you didn't see me on here taking credit about it. You guys know I'm not the most humble person in the world. I will come on here. I will brag a little bit. I will hit my chest like a gorilla, like King Kong. But I didn't about that because it wasn't the way I imagined it. Is Tampa Bay team didn't play the way I thought they would, or they should. They started to change some things, and they ended up getting it right. So predictions are really, really tough in that. And you saw me get a right prediction, but I didn't take any credit for that because it wasn't the way I expected. I say this to say this. I say that to say this. I thought last year would be – I thought the second year – of the Brady Gronk deal would be the Bucs year to win the title. So that would be the only thing stopping the Rams. But we got some good coaches, some good young coaches in the NFC. Yeah, I appreciate you. You guys helped me a lot. You guys shared these videos, man, and that really helped me, man. And we got over like 25K on some of the spread videos, which is ridiculous considering we don't have a corporation behind any of us. Barrett, Pierre-Paul, over under 0.5 sacks. I think Barrett gets 1.5. I don't know if JPP is going to be all that active. I think JPP, he's been I don't want to say like JPP struggling to finish sacks, because if he gets his paws on Mahomes, he's bringing Mahomes down. But I like Shaq Barrett better. So I love that Shaq Barrett one over 0.5 sacks. And if you put a gun to my head, I would say for Pierre-Paul under, believe it or not. I think Shaq Barrett's going to be the guy we're talking about on this defensive line of the Buccaneers. And I think if you wanted to go a crazy MVP bet, Shaq Barrett. But it's going to be hard. That means this game's going to be like a 20-17 game with very little offense. Okay. Rory, what are the nicknames lost in example Hoodie Belichick? I just came up with them in my head. Like, I would just wanted to say something that was funny. Like, my favorite nickname I got is Julio Granite Stone Jones. I got Russell America Wilson. I got Matty Mel. I coined that before it was used in the media. They stole it from me. What else? Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, the nicknames, they either come or they don't. I don't try to force them. I know probably some of you guys think they're corny. It's corny though. Okay, I'm still getting to the questions. All right. I'm not docking you guys. 400 on the under. I don't mind it. It really depends what your bankroll is, but yeah, I'm just gonna get my shorts on. Got the heat blast in here. I'm living in like an iceberg, so it's not easy up here. I wish I was down in Tampa. Prop bets on the MVP: Brady or Mahomes. I do think Tyreek Hill has an outside shot, but we have to like look at the politics within the NFL and the politics within this country, and they're just not going to give Tyreek Hill his shine because of his past, even though he did literally nothing wrong. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. Yeah. And which he didn't, but in this culture, if you accuse someone of doing something, they did it. Even though that woman was completely heinous. And no one mentioned that. And that lady's dangerous. Under 10 points first quarter. Yeah, I like it. Because that fits in with what I'm going for with the first half. I like the under in the first half. Okay, here we go. First quarterbacks to get sacked and interception. Oh, that's tough. I'm sure the odds are probably telling you to go with Brady here because they think it's more likely he does it. I would go the other way with Mahomes. I think Brady has a careful first half. You guys, I'm happy you guys are picking Tampa Bay. I'm happy. My best bet is I like the under in the first half or the Chiefs to win money line. Those are the two things I like. I'm like, listen, I've liked this Tampa Bay team the whole year, and I enjoyed just being in their trench the whole year. But it was crazy. I really did lose belief in them when it got to the playoffs because of that Washington game. So yeah, but yeah, my best bet, I like the under in the first half. I'm not going to read this because we need to have this YouTube channel for next year. All right. But yeah, this is funny. Why are you excited to see halftime? Are you like a Weekend fan? I liked his music when it first came out, like in 2012, or I was in like college at the time. I liked it then, but I hate that song. Um, okay. Yeah, dude, I went to Brazil during COVID, okay? Like listen, I respect it. I try to be careful. I don't try to be disrespectful about it. But, these people, these 50, 60, 70, 80, 90-year olds, they lived their life and they lived in better conditions than us, okay? They lived in better economic conditions, better housing conditions, better road conditions, better airports, better everything. So we're just trying to live our life with the scraps that trickle down to us after the other generations put the credit card, just swiping credit card go burr, and they were just doing everything, buying everything, and not building anything up for the other generations. So yeah, I'm gonna do the stuff I want to do, um, because I only have one life. I'm not living to 200. And those people who, yeah, you guys know how it is. Um, correct, correct, correct. This whole system's evil. Um, I love Shakira. I love Shakira. Shakira's like a really good person too. She's like a really simple person too. Like, and a lot of these Hollywood people, they're really weird. Like they really are really, really weird people. Like you wonder if they even have the same blood as you, that they're so weird and isolated. But Shakira is like a regular person. Like she just wants to be a mom. Like that's literally what she wants to do. And I think it's a brilliant thing. And her husband's a professional athlete. He's a soccer player for Barcelona. He's a really good guy too. They're really humble people. um are you hedging your Tampa Bay pick? No, I will not be hedging it. Um yeah, Jaden Casgrove. Okay, he yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm sorry your dad's a Cowboys fan, my friend. He's we can't pick our parents, right? And unfortunately, we can't pick the team our parents give us. Like I started watching the Vikings when I was 4 years old, so yeah, that's the team I like. Who wins the Super Miles? I got the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. Um, yeah, and I got to talk about this speech a little bit. I saw some people got really, really confused by it. Like you guys have been watching the show throughout the whole year. You guys know I've been liking the Buccaneers the whole year, even though I don't think they're going to win. You guys know I want to see Brady do this. I want to see the Bucs. I can't stand Bruce Arians. Not because like it's anything personal with him. It's just I've never liked his philosophy of football. Um, but yeah, that speech really confused people, and I guess I can understand why. But like, guys, like you guys know, I'm not the coach of the Buccaneers. Like, I was acting like I was the coach of the Buccaneers. Like, I thought that was kind of funny. Okay, okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, let me go to it. Yep, yep, Shakira is. Um, okay. I'm trying to get to these questions. Yeah, I've been sleeping good. I've been sleeping good. It's just I just haven't gotten like haircuts or anything because it's just been yeah, it's just like just because it's cold, man. It eats you. It eats you. This cold. Okay. Hey, Lawson. For the under 47 and a half, you discussed exactly my thoughts. I also think that Arian would rather go big in the air like Winston days or before the half. They likely not risk injury in the last 5 seconds. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think we're on the same page. So um I don't necessarily know about this because yeah, the this whole scripted stuff, dude, there's been endings to NFL games you can't script. That's why we all like it. Um Jacobs, this just sounds like a Brady Cinderella story to me. I hate betting against Brady in the Super Bowl. It's not usually profitable. No, it's not a great strategy. It's not a great strategy. I'm going Pittsburgh. I'm Pittsburgh Black. I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm trying. If I missed your question, just send it again. Um, Kenny Dorsey, 27. You think Ronald Jones gets 100 yards? Absolutely not. I think Fournette's going to be the guy in this game. I think he's going to be the guy that does this. I don't think Fournette goes over 100 either. I think I could see Ronald Jones getting like 35, 30 yards, but I think Fournette's going to get the lion's share of it. Yeah, I am working on buying a house there. It's near a city called Fortaleza. It's like a little bit outside of the city, right near the beach, 2 stories, and the houses are actually affordable there. So I've been doing it. I'm gonna get that house. That's the thing I want. Here we go. Texas H-Town says Tampa Bay wins. Okay. Damn, bro, you sick? No, I'm not sick. I'm just it's been a long winter here. And you guys, I don't think you guys can relate to the winter where I live. It's because every single day here, I haven't had sun. You guys have to understand, I haven't had sun in about 45 days. We just don't get enough sun here, and it never comes out. And plus, you got to deal with the cold, and you just get mad. It makes you angry, and yeah, yeah. So that's where I was at. Football needs to come back on so I can bet. I agree. Ricardo Garza, who you taking, buddy? I just joined. Yeah, I got the Chiefs. I mean, but we went through a lot of things. Okay, I'm gonna send in the last call for questions. If I missed your question, send it now. And if you're asking me a prop bet, make sure you include everything. Oh, okay. I like this one. Aram, Antonio Brown, longest reception under 18.5 yards. That's a risky one. I would go no. But here's Aram, if you want to get busy with some sort of Antonio Brown prop bet, go over under his receiving yards, because I think Antonio Brown is going to get more service from Brady than Chris Godwin. That's one of my hypotheses coming into the game. That's something I feel really strongly about. And then go under on Chris Godwin, whatever yards they give you. It was up to like 78 on one line when I saw it. I'm like, when has Chris Godwin hasn't even been having good games, man. And he gets so many drops. Brady's had to lose confidence in him. So yeah, that's where we're at. Summer Hutchinson. Yeah, Summer, I agree with you on the live bet. I agree with you on the live bet. It's just they're going to be on their game with this, okay? This is the most bet sporting event in the world after the World Cup and Champions League finals. So they're going to be on this shit. But yeah, I agree with you. And plus it's fun. I mean, yeah, Aaron the Game Rodgers was my one. I've been saying that so long that I've even forgot it. I hope someone hasn't stolen it. Please tell me someone hasn't stolen it. Blake says Hammer Bucks money line is the NFL story. I get where you guys are going with that. Okay. Okay. Here we go. No. Oh. You guys want to know why I'm stressed? Because so many people, Billy Idol, like, dude, just, yeah, Brian, you're on my Patreon, correct? When I put the Antonio Brown over under, what was the line? I thought it was up near 50. You got it at 42.5. Woof. That's pretty good stuff, man. That's pretty good stuff, man. No, I don't live in Minnesota. I live in upstate New York. Chris, you're way too warm-blooded to be staying in Cuse. It's been a very mild winter. Yeah, it is. Like, and I try to keep perspective with it because I've had some really bad winters up here. Because like we've had weeks where it would just be 0, -5, -5, like every day. We haven't had that stuff yet. So like you said, I need to have a little bit of perspective. I need to have a little bit of perspective. Oh, thank you, Tasha. You're making me blush. You're making me blush. Birdman, baby. Lawson, did you hear about people wanting Chiefs to change their name? Yeah. And then they tell us, like, oh, if the Chiefs change their name, this is going to make things nicer for Black people in this country. Like, dude, like, and like, that's how disconnected, like, the spectacle, this media is from regular people. We got tons of people on this podcast. Like, they're all different colors, all different creeds, people from freaking different countries. Do any of them care about it? Like, dude, we don't need to get in on that because they'll ban me. Do you bet on baseball? A little bit, because sometimes I'll get into it. Like, I watch a little bit of the Mets and I'll like live betting, but it's not something I would say we can win money on. But I know there's some people who are really, really good at it, and I respect them. Whoa, okay. I like this one from Jonathan. Biggest lead for any team, 10 points or under? Under. Let me think, because this one is complicated, because we got to think about different scenarios of how the game could go. Let me just think. Under. But try to get that to 10.5. But I'm going under. Tyson, I like this question, Tyson. I do think this is a low-key bet. I think Antonio Brown, because we're looking when the Bucs get to the red zone, we're looking at Mike Evans, we're looking at Fournette up the middle. You always have to throw Gronk in there, and then the guy I'm looking at is Antonio Brown in that red zone. He's the guy I think that can do some things. But I know some people are going to go with Chris Godwin, but I like that. Do you think Casey will struggle in the red zone, or is Mahomes built for the red zone? I think they're going to struggle. I think the Chiefs are going to move that rock really well, 20 through 20. You know where we're at before you get to the red zone. I think they're going to be moving it like Swiss cheese through there. It's going to be easy stuff. But I think the Buccaneers' defense in the red zone is, I don't know the stats. I'm sure someone will come in and slam the stats in my face, but this is just from eye test. I think the Bucs have a top 5 defense in the league when it comes to red zone. I really like the way they approach the red zone. So yeah, and the red zone protects your secondary. The weakness of Tampa Bay is their secondary, and I feel like the red zone, it gives teams less space to work against them. You got people like Winfield who are ball hawks. They'll take risks. So Tampa Bay's defense looks a lot better in the red zone. Thank you, Martin. And good luck in Rochester. Listen, I don't want to bash your hometown. And because upstate New York is really beautiful during the summer. It's freaking awesome. But I was in downtown Rochester when I had a job for training. I had to go out there. Man, it made me depressed, downtown Rochester, how much it deteriorated. It looked like it used to be like really nice in the past. Like you could tell, like the architecture was pretty cool and everything. But then, then it just Krogan, New York. Krogan, New York, dude, if you ever go visit your aunt in Krogan, New York, get a thing called Krogan bologna. It's not really bologna. It's like an old school, like German sausage. Dude, it is good stuff. It is really, really good, potent stuff. Like it is so good. And the cool thing about Krogan, it's like so small and isolated, they still speak German there. It's really cool. And it's a little bit up north to me. It's up near where I went to college. Okay. I'm gonna get to these bets. Invest in Dogecoin before the game. It's expected to double after. I'm up 200 in profits on it since this morning. Yes, I do have Dogecoin. So beat you. But that's good to know. I hope it goes up. That's all that matters. Line goes up, good. But yeah. Sean, I will be back next NFL season. I'm not going anywhere. NFL's the gravy train. Yeah, and next year we're going to do some big things next year. Okay, Tasha has a prop bet. Do you think Mahomes throws over 400? No. I think like wasn't the over under for pass yards for Mahomes like 333? I would even go under on that. Like I think he's in that like 315, 330 range. I don't think if Mahomes is nearing 400 yards, I don't think he'll go over because it means it's kind of a blowout, right? But that would be one if you hit on it. Damn, that would be good. Okay. Sean O'Neill, a Brady over under 3.5 touchdowns, over plus 285, under 3.7. Okay, let me think. I'd go under. I think Brady throws 3 touchdowns in this game. Like the 2.5 that's the one that's tough because I've seen that listed a lot in a lot of betting sites. But if you're asking me for the 3.5, I'm going under. But damn, that minus 370 is not that good. Kenny Dorsey, no, I don't think Gronk gets one, but it's highly possible. We know how that goes. I don't think that's a good bet. You know how that goes. Yeah, it's a complicated. It really is complicated because could he throw for 400? Of course. We know the weapons, we know the potency, we know how good he is, we know how good their scheme is. But if he's at like 385, this game's got to be in the bag, right? I mean, I'm just asking you guys how you guys are looking at it because if he's at like 385 and we got 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, is this a competitive game at this point? That's my question. Like honestly, she could make the bet and she could be completely right. Her feel was right. Her view of the Tampa Bay secondary was right. And then she could still get screwed because the Chiefs pulled away to a point where the Buccaneers have made it pointless for the Chiefs to even want to do anything on offense. If you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Bucks, Zorn 76. What's up, Zorn? I haven't seen you in a while, man. Bucks money line plus 150. Bold. Chicken wings are awesome. I don't know if any of you guys follow me on Instagram, but for Christmas I got a deep fryer. I lost like a quick 15 pounds because for 2 weeks, every single day, chicken wings. That's all I would eat. Chicken wings, diet soda, water. That's all I would eat, man. Chicken wings are the freaking best. But that beer will mess up that diet real quick. Rory Horn, look at the Kelsey props over. You like that? Yeah, I don't know why I'm always cautious with Kelsey. Maybe it's because I have like a little bit of a conservative personality with betting. Maybe that's why. But I do like the Tyreek Hill over. But all those numbers with Kelsey for the prop bets have been scaring me all year. Well, not all year, but for this Super Bowl week, if you guys know what I'm saying. Thomas Cross. Fournette over 3.5 receptions, another lack. But can you guys explain that to me? Because can you explain that to me? Does he? I don't even know if Fournette gets utilized that much. And if I wanted to throw passes to a running back, I'd want to throw them to Ronald Jones. But please explain that to me. I've caught up with the comments now. Yeah, KC will definitely struggle running the rock. Mahomes is going to be throwing it. Mahomes is definitely going to be throwing it. Joe, I agree. And here's something I never understood. Like, why do people hate Brady so much? Like, I don't get the stuff on this podcast because people here, like, we actually bet, so we don't get all angry because of Brady winning games. Like, I don't understand the hate against Brady. I've never really understood it, and I think we need to enjoy him because dude, you guys know how it is. Like, I was like that with Peyton Manning. I would find any reason to hate on Peyton Manning. But near the end of his career, I started defending him because I realized once Peyton's out of here, there's no Peyton coming in to replace him. Luckily, we got people like Mahomes. Luckily, we got some good young kids coming out, but there's just hard to replace elite quarterback. It's just something that we don't have a pipeline for. I like that. I like that. I like that because, Cash, here's why I like that. Because, like I led off the show with, the reason why I don't like when we get to the playoffs is because everything we know, they know. I'm not saying the general public. I'm not talking about the drunk guy in the casino right now betting this game's just about the game. I'm talking about other experts like us who follow it every day. And then I'm talking about Vegas and the odds makers. They know everything that we know. It's not like that week 10. It's not like that. Remember when we got the Broncos over the Patriots, or when we got the Dolphins over the Patriots? It's not like that. They know everything we know, so I understand why you would want to bet this game live, my friend. I actually do think people. That's an interesting comment because if you double Hill, who's going to cover Kelsey? Well, you could put Antoine Winfield Jr. on Kelsey, and that's actually a decent matchup for the Bucs, but we know Kelsey's going to end up cooking him, especially if Mahomes gets a little bit of protection. But I don't know if you can double Tyreek Hill. I think it will be hard because he operates a lot in the slot, and then they use him in a lot of motions. But we'll have to wait and see. If they double Tyreek Hill, then my plan could be diminished. And that's why luckily I have a good photographic memory. So once this gets up to 20K subscribers next year, or 30K, or however big it goes next year, I want to remember the people who were here at the bottom, because I've never liked people getting in on the train once the train was heading to prosperity. I like builders. I like people who get in at the bottom. It's just the whole bandwagon stuff. It's just never been me. Is Brady over? Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it, my friend. YK Dennis, is Brady over 0.5 rushing yards a lock? Yeah. Because Bruce has done a lot of quarterback sneaks this year. And one thing about the Bucs, they don't use the quarterback sneaks on the goal line as much. I'm sure you could find instances where they did it. But one area they use the quarterback sneaks, like in their own territory. It'll be like 4th and inches on their own 34. Bruce Arians will send Tom Brady up on a quarterback sneak. You'll think, oh, this is crazy. But remember when they did that against the Bears? They've done it against a lot of teams. So it's a good bet. Yeah. That 4 weeks, you suffered a lot, bro. 4 weeks as a Bucs fan, man. It's been a long ride, man. What's up, Steven? Yeah, Dave, I'll be here next year. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram too. Let me leave my Instagram. What's up, Noah? Let me get to Noah's comment. I was one pick off on a 5-team parlay to win $1,000 like 4 or 5 months ago. That sucks. The pick I was off on was Buccaneers over Bears. I've been waiting to fade Tampa in this spot for a long time. Yeah, but Noah, you didn't make a bad pick. Nothing about your analysis was wrong in that Buccaneers-Bears game, though. You understand what I'm saying? Did you see the call that the Buccaneers got hit with on that fumble? Like, Brady threw it to him, and they said it was a catch and the fumble. Come on, man. You did not make a bad pick that game. You got screwed. You got rough-balled out of $5,000, unfortunately, which sucks. But your pick wasn't wrong. I lost money on that too. But it didn't mean we were wrong. It just means we were unlucky. But the season will work out in our advantage. That's why it's good we have 16 weeks and not like 4 weeks. But yeah, I understand. I understand your feeling completely. I get it, man. I get it. Favorite player prop to bat. One I like is Chris Godwin under. Chris Godwin under is the one I like the most. No one's really talked about it here, but YG, I have the Chiefs as well, my man. I have the Chiefs as well, YG. But yeah, like I think this channel skews to Tampa Bay because we won so much money off Tampa Bay this year. So I think we got like kind of a skew towards Tampa Bay. And some people think I hate Pat Mahomes, which I really don't. So, you know, here we go. Is it Bucks or Bears today, bro? What? No, it's Bucks. It's Bucks. We were talking about a game from earlier this year. He remembered that game. Chris Godwin for MVP. Why is Chris Godwin going to be MVP? Why? He's like, like seriously. I don't know how scouting. I don't know how Chris Godwin's going to fit in with this. With this. So. Okay. I've been on for an hour 30 minutes. I've been on for hour 30 minutes. Okay, guys, all right, guys, I'm gonna get off. Enjoy the game. Go to the Patreon if you want to see all the prop bets. Patreon, Lawson. Get on my Instagram since it's gonna be a long off season. Let me just type my Instagram. All right, guys. Okay, here. Let me just show one sec. James Kelly says, I'm a Patreon. What you think about receiving yards? I like a lot of the ones, but give me something specific, James. Over 450. Are you talking about both teams combined? Okay, let me think. So I think Brady gets about 260, between 260 and 280. I think Mahomes gets about between 300 and 330. So that should put you over if that's what you're asking. Yeah, and guys, hit the like button. Hit the like button before you guys go. Here we go. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Brady over rushing yards. Yeah. Any receiver? Yeah, like James, it's just right now who you want me to go. Anytime, James. Lamont, not really. When I'm talking about over-unders in this game, Lamont, the one I like is the under in the first half. I believe it's 27.5. So that's the one. Yeah, no, I'll be here during the off season. And I'll be posting future bets on Patreon and all that. So I'll be here. I'll be commenting on some news. But yeah, I'll be here. So I won't be on as frequently, but I'll be here for sure. Okay. So okay, let me get to some more. Yes, he's sick of Brady. Matt's sick of Brady. Yeah, I agree. That game was full of bad calls. I agree. Okay, guys, I'm gonna sign off. Thank you, guys. Subscribe, hit the like button, share the videos. Enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday. Thank you guys for being here the whole year. We had a great year. I'll be back during the off season. Let's get it.